Everybody, it's Invicta. Happy Friday here in the Mosh Pit. I hope you all had a great start to your early weekends here. We're waiting for another video to cross 2,500 likes for the Missing No week. I am recording this right after yesterday's episode because I want there to be a good run this week. I really, really do. I'm trying hard, trying to focus on the fortitude that is needed to make a good run happen. Not that I have any control over that, but hey, we can all wish for it. So here's your picture of the day. Again, another submission here by the Mosh Pit. Courtesy this time of Marty McFly 269. Top thread was, my son loves watching Sinvicta. Then in the thread, Marty says, my son loves it when I get home because he knows we're about to watch some Sinvicta. Absolutely adorable. Again, we've had a lot of cute kids this week in the Mosh Pit. So I'm not saying that that's the reason why we're getting bad runs, by the way. I think it's legitimately awesome that people share their support of the channel and their families with the world. So thank you very much, Marty. And also shout out to your son as well. C-Day, oh my gosh. C-Day is going to be Whiskey Zulu Papa 8, Foxtrot 4-1. Yikes. Our tiers rate is 1.88, and that's all you need to know. We also have the Wood Nickel and also Butt Penny, which is, yep. And also we have Blood Bombs, which does give us the extra HP. Also gives us unlimited bombs if we have enough HP to pay for them. So I could do something like this. And as you see there, it doesn't actually take away from our soul hearts, takes away from our red hearts. So as long as we have some way of recovering that HP, we theoretically have as many bombs as we want, which is great. That's super great. We can also do very neat things like this, where we can... Oh, we just picked up a bomb. Well, what I was trying to show you was that we could, in theory, drop a bomb, hurt ourselves with the blood bombs, and then walk away scot-free from a curse room. Literally for free, but we picked up a bomb there. So you have to be careful about that. What is this? Volcano. Yeah, it doesn't really do much. There you go. That's what I was trying to show you all. So we did get a bone heart, but hopefully we get a red heart. Oh my god. This could be a very bad idea. Our shot speed is already 0.95. This drops our shot speed down to 0.55. And that with a terrible tears rate, man. I don't know. Piercing is nice, but yikes. Yeah, it drops down to 0.6. So with Dead Onion, we get Spectral and we get Piercing, which is, like I said, great. But we need the associated damage to make it seem effective. Because right now it takes us about same day delivery of our tiers. Basically, we're gonna get our tier damage by 9 o'clock. Let's put it that way. Excuse me a moment. And yeah, this is gonna be something. I'm gonna place a butt bomb there. I'm gonna place a butt bomb here. I am absolutely going to take the Swallow Penny because that's just gonna make using the butt bomb even that much more better. Better. At least we get something. At least we get something for our bombs, right? We're still picking up coins. We're still accruing some income. It's just the problem is right now we have to get an early tiers up. I mean, there's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Hopefully we can get some HP here. That'd be nice. As in get HP, as in hopefully get Squeezy. Gonna be Baby Plum. She is a boss that we cannot hit with our blood bombs, so already we're off to a roaring start here. But we can still hit her with bombs. She just won't get affected by the creep. Let's put it that way. I also need to stop saying let's put it that way. That's filler. That's filler speak. Baby Plum gets her as you... Excuse me? That was her creep, not ours? Apparently she put down creep when she slammed, and I swear to God I thought that was our creep, so... We just lost all of it, just everything. We do get a... double our keys. Get a sun card here, which is good. Double our keys again. We need to find our secret room. It's probably here. And then we have actual bombs, so we can stop using our HP, because obviously. Now, I don't mind going this hard here because we have the sun card on the next floor. But we need to roll into at least a soul heart so we can protect our HP and our devil deal, because that's going to be extremely important on this next floor here. There we go. So 1 soul heart's all bind. That's all we need. I don't care about restock. Secret room might be here. Okay. Oof, rough start here. I'm going to drop the sun card real fast, and then we can put down the judgment. Well, yeah, we got a nickel out of it. A lot better than what the demon judgment could have offered us. What a start here. Yikes. We're going to last week's question of the episode, coming in from Matthew Harris, 8400, who says, question of the episode, Ace Invicta, you've said angel deals aren't powerful enough to pick over devil deals. What if once you set the angel deal precedent curses, once you set the angel deal precedent, curses swap from Jesus Christ. Let's try this one more time. The punctuation of this is extremely weird. Ace Invicta, you have said angel deals aren't powerful enough to pick over devil deals. What if once you set angel deal precedent, curses swap to blessings? And what do you think good blessings would be? Blessings only show up by chance, like curses just not guaranteed. We've had a similar sort of proposal over the many years that we've been doing this series. And I've always said that there should be if there's curses, there should be blessings. Just bottom line. Welcome back, Glaucoma. I swear the Isaac has been closed since yesterday. So, wow, that's just pure Invicta luck right there. I think that blessings would be something akin to blessing of vision, where you get to see just full mapping for the floor. Blessing of strength, where you get to deal double damage. Blessing of wealth, where all coins are doubled in value when you pick them up. So 1 penny would be worth 2, a nickel would be worth 10 cents, a dime would be worth 20, and a quarter would be worth 50 cents. I think stuff like that would make the game feel more dynamic and also enjoyable for people who want to have a little bit more variety than just the devil deal meta over and over and over again. I don't think anyone will complain about that. Will we ever see something like that? No, obviously not. It's still in the dream of every Isaac player to one day have a huge angel deal revamp, where we know that devil deals are, if we don't get a devil deal or a devil deal that's worthwhile, we can get a strong, solid angel deal, right? Something that's not going to completely cripple our run because it's defensive oriented. Like having a defensive-minded head coach in the NFL. It never works. Unless you're Bill Belichick, really. So I think that I like the idea that it just adds a little extra incentive of getting angel deals, right? Not only do you effectively cancel out curses and just remove them from the game, it turns them into a positive now for the player and makes it way more exciting to see an angel deal. This tier's rate, man. I don't even know what our HP is now because of Curse the Unknown, so we can't even use a blood bomb here. And unless we get something major here, something tells me that we are not in for we might be in for another poverty run here. I'm praying to God it's not. Get a range upgrade, which is going to help nobody. And we get Juice's Shadow as well as Rotten Baby. Which we have to take both here. I don't know what our HP is at. I know we're not at a half heart because we would have seen the pee puddle, so I'm gonna, even though it's Curse of the Unknown, I'm pretty sure that we're on 1 HP. I am still going to go into the curse room here. Okay, we get Sin Robes. We need to take this as Black Judas. I have no idea what our HP is. Okay. We now have Black Judas. We now have some ceremonial robes, and we have significantly more damage. But even then, our tears rate is still quite doo-doo. But if there's one character that can help us out and save us from another grief-stricken, stat-stricken run, it's gonna be Dark Judas. Black Judas is one of my favorite characters in the entire game, just for his sheer power, the sheer amazingness to overcome anything, because he's so dang powerful with his damage. It's going to scale great with Rotten Baby, and we might as well go check in here because we have an absolute ton of money right now and lots of keys. Curse the Blind. I believe we are 3 for 3 on curses so far, except for the first. Did we get one on the first floor? I don't remember. So, once again, we find ourselves here, game, where everything's going wrong. Everything that can go wrong is going wrong right now. The only positive is that we are Black Judas, and we have effectively canceled out at least our starting Eden stats. Our damage is good. Rotten Baby's going to be tearing things up, but Curse of the Blind means that we can't buy anything on this floor. It means that we don't take anything in the item room. We obviously take the boss room item, but we do not take the Devil Deal item because it's unless we just get an absolute metric butt ton of money. By money I mean HP. Yeah, it's not going to work. So Curse of the Blind was about one of the worst things that could have happened in our current spot, and it's of course no surprise that it did. We just have to, you got to figure it out. You got to look, we got to win one way or another. We got to overcome. So you see the damage that we're dealing here with Dark Judas and Rotten Baby, and it's significant. Definitely gonna get a Devil Deal here, and I'm not gonna take it. Oh, we didn't. Growth hormones. We still need some tears ups. And another Curse the Blind. So again, I mean, y'all laugh, but this is Isaac. This is the real Binding of Isaac right here. Those of you coming over from Mega Bonk and from Ball Pit, you've never seen this game before, welcome. The reason why the term Troll Engine was invented was because of this game. In fact, because of the original game, which this is a remake. Well, is a remaster, sequel, whatever you want to call it. The same game except updated to a new generation, which is now 11 years old. Well, the only plus side here is that these Curse of Blinds are making it very easy for us to go get boss rush, but obviously we're not going to take a Devil Deal because it's blind, and this is not a run where we have the stats to, or we just won't get it. That's fine too, game. And Curse of the XL. It just keeps getting better, November. Just keeps getting better. Unbelievable. Absolutely, positively unbelievable. Back-to-back Curse of the Blinds into a Curse of the XL. Also, making us fail the 68% Devil Deal chance means that we lose a guaranteed Devil Deal, because had this been floor 5, we would have gotten that and then had a 33% chance to have gotten another one on floor 6. Problem is now we are on floor 6, so floor 5 just doesn't exist. And we lose a shop, we lose a secret room, a super secret room, a Devil Deal. All that stuff is gone. It has been vaporized. So there's nothing you can do about it unless we get a 5 room. If we get a 5 room, then hey, we're happy. But November has I am now 100% flipped on the idea of November being a one-on, one-off, and it looks like we're in for a June month. It looks like this is looking very Juney out here. So very disappointed in you, November. We had so much momentum coming out of October, massively powerful month, and then here we are, new calendar number, and woof. Turnus is to turn bad. It can be all right with piercing, admittedly, but I still think it's worth it. And we get Strange Attractor. Mm-hmm. Now, who wants to guess? Who wants to take a stab at what's going to be in our Devil Deal? You think it's going to be 3 items? You think it's going to be items that we can all use and save our run and have a grand old time? Or do you think it's going to be a particular mini-boss that shows up the most opportune moments to screw over the player? Cast your votes now! Well, we definitely don't need Swallow Penny anymore. Now goes Brownie. Get the matchbook, which gives us a soul heart, and no, we want to stay with Cricket's leg, or Cricket leg, I should say. There's a Tinder Rock back here, which is why I'm going back here. We still are 0 for 6 so far on gear upgrades, unless we can get one in the boss rush. Or I guess in the Devil Deal, but it would have to be the Pact or the Pact. I'm determined to have a good run. As much as the game doesn't want me to, I'm determined. Big damage upgrade. Void. I'm gonna take Lord of the Pit. I'm gonna take Void. Stupid idea, but ooh, we gotta have Serpent's Kiss on Black Judas. We gots to. All right, we have flying now. Void is going to absorb passive items and turn them into stats, and then if we void an active item, it will take the properties of said active item. We've been dinging our donation machine quite a bit lately, so I'm going to try to refill it a little bit. And then what we can do is we can go void Saturnus for stats and actually make it useful. And then we can go back, clear, and go get another full charge, and hopefully get ourselves a Tears upgrade, because it's very apparent now that the game is not going to give us one naturally. So we got to kind of force it here with Void. Okay, get another soul heart back. We just need to find a couple of charges here. 15.01 damage is quite nice. No reason for us to go in the curse room at this point. We don't have any guppy items. We are getting our soul hearts paid back in a pretty decent fashion, so I'm not going to complain about that. And let's go see what Strange Attractor turns into. And we get tears. Movement speed and tears is exactly what we needed, minus the movement speed. But hey, look, beggars can't be choosers. And right now, we begging. Darkness, our curse streak continues. Not that Curse of Darkness is anywhere nearly as bad as XL, but is quite the disappointment. Well, Fortune, we're just gonna go ahead and do that. And, oh, we don't need money anymore. We're not doing a victory lap in this run, I'm telling you. Unless if we get something insane. Okay. Here we go. These are the runs that you have to win as an Isaac player. These are the runs that you have to give the game a giant middle finger. As big of a middle finger as the game gives you, you got to give one twice as big. And the only way to do that is winning these runs. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, because it's not. But these are just, you look at these as opportunities to be better as an Isaac player. It's easy to get focused on just how bad and how trolly runs are. I myself find myself getting into that kind of rut and thinking, but, you know, when you've been trolled for over a decade by the same game over and over and over again, you come to expect it. My biggest source of pride is knowing that I can give the game a giant middle finger every time it does something like this. Because I know we're going to win. Because we're better than the game. I'm going to void Placenta because we simply just don't need it. Well, before I do that, let's see what's in the Devil Deal here. Lusty Blood. Lusty Blood's great for enemies that spawn, or it's great for rooms that spawn ads. The thing is that we're Dark Judas. We don't need a whole lot more damage than right now. We need the HP is what we need, and we need stats. Which we got another Tears upgrade and movement speed. Void. Void making me a believer. Slowly but surely. Yep. So there's the east side of the map. For anyone who is silly enough to try to play this seed by yourself. I mean, honestly, this would be a good seed to try to practice on for sure. And just imagine where we would be without us becoming Dark Judas. We would be in Bad News Bears territory. Movement speed's on point. It's actually a little bit too fast right now. The only stat that we absolutely do not need more of. In fact, we can't get any more because, well, it's capped at 2.0. You know what, game? You can keep the double deal. At this point, I'm just going to assume everything done on this run is going to be a troll. We just have to assume that. Soul Suckers should take out Fallen for the most part. And I gotta say, the pickup of Cricket Leg is been proven to be one of the best pickups we could have done, other than Judas' Shadow, of course. I can't be bothered. Cannot be bothered, game. Remember, we have Serpent's Kiss. Yep. Probably should have avoided Mr. Mega, but having flying is also making this much, much easier as well. Unfortunately, blood bombs are not going to work because the Kree. I think we've honestly, going back and thinking about this run, I don't think we've gotten a single boss other than Brownie that could have been affected by blood bombs. They've all been in the air. So normally, under normal conditions, blood bombs is a very effective boss killing tool. But this is November. This is November 2025, and we are in it. Remember when I said that we have too much movement speed? That is what I'm talking about right there. Isaac gets a very, very real and weird momentum. Anything past 1.7 movement speed. You have to be very careful with it. I don't know why we're glowing red, by the way. You would think that we had purity or something. I know it's from Scapular, but it's just weird that it glows red. Just like shields displaying on Dark Judas, it's very odd. It's very confusing to a player if you don't know any better. Again. Right. We have shown the now southern portion of the map.
Let's go check out the east side, shall we?
Remember, we do not have the polar invincibility, so... Hey, look, I know this run sounded like Mr. Negative Nelly over here, but you got to remember the game literally gave us back-to-back Curse the Blinds into a Curse the XL. That's where my patience ends. I mean, you can only be poked so much before the bear awakens, and this time around, we're breaking out the claws, looking to maul something. Piercing Shot's doing a great job there on Brownie. Secret room, yep. Now we can, and I will, be using blood bombs on the bottom half of Lamb when we eventually get there. I love how Lamb dropped it right between the only spot that we could have possibly not be hitting it right now with. Pretty incredible. And like the AI from Arc Raiders out here. That was a nice slow there by Cricket's leg. No. I refuse, game. I refuse. That was a that was definitely a November run. For sure. So let's cleanse our palate with a solid Greedon run. Double feature Friday. It cannot be any worse than that run. At least any more trolly anyway. Romeo, Quebec, November, Bravo. Victor 1, Golf Mike. We've already got better tiers than we ever did in that entire last run. The box is here. So we're starting off with Flip. Very good tiers rate. Good damage thanks to the glass eye. Also lots of HP, which I do appreciate. Core Soul Buddy, check him out now. Now you might be asking, how come I didn't go into... This is Mama Mega. How come I did not go into the item room with that key? Well, two reasons. One, because we rarely get to see a golden chest inside the curse room. And secondly, I want to make sure that we have a full charge before we're going in there. With Flip, if you take an item and then you don't have a full charge, you will not get the shadow item, the one in the back. Until you get a full charge. So, but it was more about the golden chest than anything. If there's a mode that can put a nice, we can end this episode with everyone leaving with a smile on their face, other than the people who enjoy those troll runs, then greed mode can do it. I still believe in getting a good run out of this video. Always believe. That's the only thing we can do is just believe. 15 cents here, one bomb. We can try to take a stab at the secret room, but I think it's better off if we bomb a boss or two. Honestly, I thought that was going to be the bomb one. Now, you talk about a place where blood bombs are actually very good. It's in Greed. Okay, so let's go in. Let's go grab a key. So it's Pandora's Box and Mama Mega. Okay, well, made things simple for us, didn't it? I'm going to take the blanket just for the soul heart. Flip it. We get ourselves Pandora's Box, which is going to give us some bombs and keys. And we're just going to have to be happy with that. Secret room might be here. No. We pretty much almost have a guaranteed secret room on this floor because we have 3 bombs. So unless if we whiff somehow 3 times, we should find the secret room. It's encouraging that we got the first boss down before the second one even spawns, even though it's just Monstro. We need an absolute banger of a devil deal here. Stanley, you owe us. Okay. One more. Here we go. We're fighting 4 bosses instead of 2 right now. Little Steven is going to be the problem. We cannot let him and Little Gemini get out at once at the same time. I have no idea how Little Steven's still alive. There we go. And yeah, this that would constitute as a terrible devil deal. So, There's a double tender rock, which we have no bombs for some odd reason. Can't imagine why. And we cannot afford Mama Mega, so I think we just head on down. All right, here we go. Turdy Touch and Lusty Blood. Lusty Blood is not terrible in greed, but we need to get a full charge before we can take the any charge is going to help here. So now we can at least take the tears up, which is something that we need. Then this will help us clear the next room, or the next for the next full charge. Or we could just take it now by spending 5 cents. I don't think we need to do that. I think we should just fight the bullet. Let's go through the waves, and then we'll pick up Lusty Blood. Lusty Blood would have made this much easier, of course, but at this point, I feel like we're going to need every single cent that we can in this run. We just get a little bit more damage. Lusty Blood will solve that eventually. Alright, so we got the full charge. Let's get Turdy Touch, I suppose. Then grab Lusty Blood. We're going to need a full charge before the devil deal. So I am going to buy the full charge now. D1 Hizzle, and yeah. Crackjacks and options is not necessarily the worst thing, but it's also not the best thing. We need to be a little bit stingy on what we spend money on. Now, the reason why us having flip is so important for the devil deal or angel deal is because obviously we can get 2 of them instead of 1. The 2 for the price of 1, or in the angel deal's case, none. But you always want to make sure that you have a full charge on flip before you go anywhere important that you know is going to contain an item like boss rush, chops, devil deals, etc., etc. Our damage is now currently sitting at 8.09. If you don't know what Lusty Blood does, by the way, it will give you a stacking damage buff for the room. If you leave the room, it resets. So there's no reason for us to leave, which is the reason why we had to buy that full charge before fighting these 2 bosses. because we would not have gotten a full charge before the Devil Deal. The Devil Deal, the Quarter, and Incubus. Yes, I guess. I mean, it's free, so. And we might as well. This is only one heart, so I am going to take the Necronomicon temporarily. And we flip it over here. The Incubus get Whore Babylon, even though Whore Babylon's not going to really do much. It was at least free. And starting to look up, but we need better shops. All right. Candy Heart and Lodestone. You know what, Lodestone? I'm going to go ahead and just do you the favor right now and say goodbye. Okay. Mini Mush is definitely something that we want. Human Meat I don't really care about, obviously. Black Candle. There's Diplopia. There's no reroll machine in here. Not ideal. I don't know how this Black Skull is still alive. There we go. Incubus is just going to double our shots, by the way, and yes, we do. He does gain the advantages of Isaac's tier effects and stuff. Now we are probably going. I mean, not probably. We do have to walk out of this room because we want to maximize the usage of flip here. So I'm gonna take Cuban Meat, flip it, take Mini Mush. We get a range upgrade and a much needed movement speed upgrade. I'd like to get Diplopia if possible. Red hearts in here that we have no use for. But flip at least allows us to get double item pedestals essentially whenever we do have the ability to get one, actually afford one. Which is good because on runs like this, you need all advantages that you can get. Now we're not gonna be able to get Diplopia, so it's a little short-sighted of me to use it on Cuban Meat. Although to be fair, if this Devil Deal doesn't have anything in there, Diplopia would not have mattered anyway. So we'll see. If it's the Krampus fight that I'm expecting, then well, that will at least make me feel a little bit better that had we bought Diplopia, it would have just been a waste of time. We get Bighorn here, and those Dark Matter balls, they do count towards Lusty Blood, which is nice. Yeah. Abba Dabba Ding Dong would have been nice, but... All right, we have 85 cents. We have to start buying things here. I'm going to take Black Candle because I'm not going to give the game a chance to screw us. Another HP upgrade is fine. The only thing that can really help us now is if we get the 9 volt somehow, which we probably won't. Okay, another big upgrade there with Torn Photo. We get Spin Dizzle. Okay, so things getting interesting now with Spin Down Die. Let's get a full charge, then we're gonna hit the button. And take Mom's coin purse just because, just to get it out of there. We're gonna flip this. Grab Torn Photo. I need to see what's inside of the item room first. We're gonna take Spin Down Die. That's just going to happen. Yeah. So say thank you to Flip. Your services are no longer needed. Flip turns into Bag of Crafting. Yep. First Eye turns into... Would have the Holy Mantle, but Holy Mantle is not really incredible for greed. I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. There's just a ton of soul hearts for PJs. This is a lot of movement speed. Damage that we need. Okay, so we're getting some basic upgrades here. Yes, technically I should have used Spin Down on to try to get the Holy Mantle. Holy Mantle's not bad. It's never ever bad. It's just what I'm saying is that it's less effective because you essentially only get Holy Mantle for one room only instead of an entire floor. Lusty Blood doing its magic here. Oh, it's Chad. I was expecting to see Stain. There we go. Carrying Queen is not going to be fun. And again, I don't know why Carrying Queen needed to get us an audio update, Zombolus. Not every boss requires a sound update. I'm gonna grab this. And it's not great. We could YOLO it and just go for the Crooked Penny, but come on. You see how much I have when I actually do have something that affects my luck, right? How lucky I am. What do you think is going to happen when we don't have anything that affects our luck? Especially in November. These runs have been some of the most trolly. I don't want to say some of the worst, but definitely some of the most trolly that we've had. It's definitely not the worst. June 2024 was definitely still the worst month I think ever. McCall would have been nice here. I don't know why there's no HP bar, by the way. And Backstabber and Lusty Blood again. Gonna take Backstabber. That's the only thing we care about. Okay, I'm gonna roll to see if we can get something a little bit juicier here. Oh, there's Crooked Penny. H Dizzle. H Dizzle turns into the quarter. Okay. Raw liver. We don't have any full charge though, so Oh, Genesis. Genesis is there, man. I would absolutely 100% take Genesis on this run without even thinking. Gotta try it in here. We get Guppy's Eye, which could have turned into Binge Eater too. That would have also been nice. But as it stands right now, we have no way of getting that full charge, so feels bad, man. Other than taking pills, which I'm not going to do. This would have been nice. Transcendence is not bad. It is just a basic flying upgrade, but ooh. But Sacred Orb. The game. Well, the good news is that there's a full charge in here. We don't need another candy apple. It does turn into sausage next full charge, though. Pretty much have to take Sacred Orb here. Trisagian's not bad in greed. Trisagian's not bad in general. I don't know. Is it me or were those things moving at much faster movement speed than usual? I did that deliberately so we could stop the waves here. So we could, because remember we have a full charge. We still haven't even been into the item room yet. So go do that. We gotta just take Bomber Boy. There are soul hearts back over here. There's one down here. Trisagian. We definitely want to take sausage. It's just a huge get for us. Now, the only thing I don't want to do is roll this full charge, but we're just gonna have to. Eye drops, they do break the tears cap. We are currently at right now. And it's currently. Good damage there in Forsaken. Wow. Hammond went down like a chump. There are 4 pink cages. While making a lovely sound. All right, we have Spin Dizzle charged for the Devil Dizzle. And boy howdy. Boy howdy. Now we have to decide on, do we take the eye drops, which of course is a yes. Lots of bombas. Oh, what did you turn into again? I forget. Oh yeah, Transcendence. Totally forgot about that. Oh man, that could have turned into $1 too, now that I think about it. Okay. Movement speed. But we can pay 3 cents to get a key. Not that we need keys anymore, but get a key and maybe a refund here. A little bit of profit? No. It's okay. Yeah, the Ninetales is very good. Need more damage for sure. There is a reroll machine, which is... There's a reroll machine, which is nice. It's going to be very difficult to hit this bomb, though, without hitting the machine. Yep. Okay. So there's another nickel there. So I think we go for... This instance, I think going for... We don't need any more shot speed. I think Champion Belt is better in this case. Or, because we have Sacred Orb, we could also re-roll for something better. I also don't mind that idea. I feel like the night enemies have just... When they sprint, they're sprinting a lot faster than I remember. Okay, so... We take Champion Belt for damage. There is no chance we get quad shot here. We would have to spend all of our money to get quad shot. It would also kind of ruin our DPS, so I'm just not going to do it. Our battery doesn't really help us out. Ooh. Ooh. But Tech 1, though. You've got to be kidding me, game. There is no debate that we were on top of this steel block. If you didn't believe that the fissures in this game were heat-seeking before, I want to hear your opinion now. That's ridiculous of a hit right there. Imagine if we were the Lost or Tainted Lost. That should have been a safe spot, man. Take technology with Backstabber, and let's be done with this video. This I mean, we did get a decent run for the greed run, but we only did this greed run because the Eden run, the first run, was so terrible. In a way, not terrible, but troll. You know what I mean? Sure. Why not? Come on down, Jello. Let's blow this popsicle stand. Have the Eternal Heart. Grabs Mom's pearls. And Jello is going to help us out. I mean, it's just basically going to be another Incubus. Sometimes you can sneak through there. If it's Monstro, you can just go right to Ultra Greed. Basically just follow Jello's lead, and where he shoots, that's where greed is. And we're just going to DPS greed down, so wasn't the most exciting video, and I apologize about that. I know that you know, seeing the trolley episodes is fun, but it also does suck the life and fun out of an episode too when it gets to a certain point. And the Eden run, the first Eden run anyway, was definitely beyond reason and logic. How many trolls that we were seeing there. So, but we get the back-to-back double feature dub here, and yeah, hopefully your weekend starts off to a good start, better than the Isaac runs did. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you click the like button. If you appreciated the double feature, also click the like button. Of course, if you're brand new here and you want to see daily roguelike content and other stuff that I do on the channel, make sure you subscribe. Ring the notification bell so you get notified when my newest videos go live each and every day, 7 days a week here in the Mosh Pit. And thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. As always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Like things with pages of mine like Alacran19, Chronic Shadow, Carlos Ibanez, and Saul Petty. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Invicta.